I'm gonna smoke me something. I'm gonna have me a nice cup of matcha tea mixed with something else. Get me an affirmation from my tea, and and I might get to writing. I might be inspired to write. I know for nothing else, I'll be inspired to listen to an audiobook or an interview or something like that. And that makes me feel fantastic. However, right after that, I'll be randy as fuck, though. Pause. I don't mean to. You know what I
That's
mean? I
what
just
gets you going.
that's what get me going.
Reading books.
Like just that whole thing. Like I'm so relaxed. I'm so in my mode.
Okay. So
I'm
you
such
come
in my
out of lab
vibe.
ready to go.
Yeah, I'm fired up.
That makes sense.
I'm ready to do some hardcore loving.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, but then when you go through years and years of not having consistent loving to give, that can make you feel lonely.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then you have to evaluate. You have to cross reference again and be like, okay, am I headed to where I want to get? Where I want to go? And do I have out of 100%? Do I have most of that? I'm having 80 and 90% of the riches that I want. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
the time with my son, the time with my loved ones, the genuine time to reflect with my friends like you, laughing and enjoyment. Like even when we arguing about sports or something like that, like it's a genuine um,
Right.
like that, a
Mm-hmm.
compatriot moment for me
For sure.
of bonding. Uh, because I feel like you can't really argue with people that ain't
If you don't care, you wouldn't argue.
right, and if and you can't, if it ain't your brother, you can't fight him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I feel like your family, you're gonna fight, and it's only gonna increase the detail in which, you know what I mean, we receive one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just my that's just the way I see it. So fellowshipping in that degree, um, uh, having this flower of the plant, this herbal sage for me, this body sage for me, cleanses me and my spirit, my aura of static. You know what I mean? It gets me back to that space where, nah, you where you want to be. You going everywhere you want to go, and any woman would they treasure you. You can't look at instances of you building and largely not being able to lend that much attention to a romantic relationship to amounting to me not being worth anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And there was a point that minimalism, that kind of minimalism, served a point in my life when I went celibate for that year.
Right.
I wanted to minimalize, you know, my interactions, my relations in that degree with the fair sex, um, for evaluation of greater things that was going on in my life. I was curious about far greater things like, you know, um, am I doing like was I doing this with women because I hated them? Was I doing this because simply because that was the masculine thing to do in my in my environment? Um, was I doing it on autopilot? Was I doing it because I was, I've endured uh, rape and molestation? Um, was I doing it out of a sense of control? I had to ask myself all those questions, which leads to the next point of mechanical manifestations. These segues are coming in kind of nice, Goof.
Flowing well
It's
today.
flowing nice today.
Flowing very well.
Um, and off the dome, still off the dome.
Right.
So, mechanical manifestations in the traditional sense to motherfuckers that's in engineering or or medicine, they have they have their meaning for it. But on this podcast and in my line of work, I operationalize mechanical manifestations as those machine like earnings that you really, excuse me, it's making my mouth, this conversation making my mouth water, but pause. uh Mechanical manifestations are those machine like tangibles that we produce almost without